Hey guys, it's been a quick minute since I've made a video on here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So 8 months ago, I graduated university with a bachelor's in computer science. I know, all this, I see all those TikTok and reels, but I just wanted to share with you guys what the past 8 months have been and the mistakes I've made along the way, the changes I've made recently that's allowed me to be able to secure my first interview this week alone. So if you're a fresh graduate looking for your first opportunity or your first job, or you're just on the market right now looking for your next opportunity, grab a drink, sit down, and let's have a talk about the job market right now and job hunting. So before we continue further, I just wanted to introduce myself to those who are new to the channel. My name is Garrich. I did a bachelor's in computer science. I majored in AI and data science, and I worked on a few projects that is quite interesting, mainly in the computer vision and machine learning model creation part. What you're seeing right now is one of my major projects where I developed and trained a machine learning model that utilizes computer vision for fall detection. But we're not talking about that here. We're going to talk about the job market. I'm currently based in Melbourne, Australia, and the job market's quite tough. In a way, we thought that computer science, damn bro, easy jobs. But that's not the case when you graduated, because of AI and everything. The first issue right now in the job market is employers are prioritizing, it's not an issue, but it's an issue for international students like me who are looking for their job, because employers are prioritizing permanent residency or citizens first. And sometimes if you are not PR or a citizen, you're immediately disqualified from jobs. That's tough. One of the few reasoning is in the jobs, especially in the tech sector right now, some of the companies, they work closely with the government. So to be able to work for the company, you need government clearance, and that's only possible if you have PR or citizenship in the country, because if not, they're not going to clear you to technically work on these classified projects, right? And if you are looking for employer sponsorship also, that's one of the things that is a lot of companies are not willing to do it at the moment, because one, it costs them money, two, it's a lot of paperwork. So that's one of the things that companies are trying to avoid. And another problem is in the current job market, we're applying, we're either getting ghosted or we're just getting rejected with a template, and we're not getting any feedback on why we're getting rejected. So we're just kind of lost and not sure of what to do. And I've been a victim of this, obviously, because I'm job hunting. We're just applying and not getting any results in return. It's quite hard on us. Oh, another thing is there's a big misalignment in what companies are expecting us and the qualifications for us to have to apply for these job roles. Some companies demand 2 to 5 years work experience for a junior or entry level role. Especially in my industry, the AI industry, to be able to secure an internship, you must be a master's student or a PhD student to be able to qualify for an internship or a graduate program in AI, which is kind of tough. It's as if they expect us to know all of these different technologies when we're just a fresh graduate, which is quite unfair in my opinion. But then again, the tech sector is moving at such a rapid pace. It's either we continue learning or we get left behind and we become redundant. Harsh word, but that's the reality at the moment. One of the reasons I believe to have this misalignment in qualification requirements is the current misconception of AI. And I'm speaking as an AI student and knowing a thing or two about AI, is that I feel that people who have the power to hold decisions right now, or in hiring, they think of AI as a way to replace human workers. But in reality, AI is not at that level to be capable of replacing a human being, because the results that come out from AI is still not reliable enough and requires a lot of debugging and human intervention and quality checks to be able to reach a stage where it's production ready type of thing. Many of you probably have used AI before. You ask it to answer certain things, maybe do certain programming tasks, and you're gonna end up in a loophole of trying to debug and telling the AI that no, this is not what you want to do, but you want it to do it this way, but the AI is programming it this way. And sometimes, in some cases, AI is just overcomplicating what is actually simple, because they don't know or understand what simple code is. Like sometimes just for the sake of giving you a solution, they give you something that sounds right but could be not optimized. So they'll get you there, but they'll not get you like fully there type of thing, at least not in the current stage of AI. And one of the biggest misconceptions that I myself personally have had with AI is that the university curriculum, or just like the education industry as a whole, they like villainize AI and they make it look like that if you use AI, you're cheating. But in reality, that's just going to be limiting the way that you think and how you're using AI. Because I always thought that if I were to program, I need to do it manually. Like I need to Google, look at like the documentation and stuff like that, figure it out all on my own, because if I ask AI, I'm cheating. But in actual sense, it's actually much better to just use AI, because AI is like the next step of Google at the moment. You can just ask it to help you, like ask it a question that you have a problem right now, and then it'll spit out some answers. Like you're not gonna get the entire solution obviously, but you're gonna be close there, or you're gonna be able to develop a rough idea of how to execute it. It might even like inspire you to think a certain way that you didn't initially. So I feel like I'm now more open to using AI in my workflow. Like of course it's not going to be fully optimized, but it's going to be at a certain stage that it's workable, and you get to read the way that it's coding and then understand the code. So you're learning as you're doing, which in my opinion you learn way faster than if you would be stuck having to read through documentations and like manually trying to figure out whether this command is helpful to you or not. Whereas if you use AI, it'll give you like the code, then it works somewhat, then you read through the code, try to understand the commands that they use in that code, and then figure out the problem that way. So then you understand the programming language or the way to solve a problem much quicker than if you would have done it like manually. So let's move away from AI misconceptions and the current job market. Let's talk about the mistakes that I personally have done during my job hunting journey so far. Is the first one is when I was filling in like the job application forms, I've always been thinking like I need employer sponsorship, or like yeah, I need employer sponsorship. But in reality, that's not like a good idea to do, because in most cases that immediately disqualifies you and screens you out. So then you immediately get rejected before being like considered, because they have like the algorithm to like immediately filter out people who need sponsorship. The second thing is like probably the biggest thing holding me back is I didn't keep track of the jobs that I've been applying to. So I overestimated the amount of jobs applications that I've been sending out, and thinking that I've been putting in so much effort, getting rejected, getting demotivated, and I'm like, damn, like the market is so bad right now. I start blaming other things. But when in reality, recently I started job tracking. I went through all the backlogs, my Gmails, all the emails of all the applications that I've sent out and gotten rejected from, and I compiled them into a list. Then I've actually been able to visualize the amount of job applications that I've sent out over the past 8 months, and it is truly shocking. It has shown me in black and white the amount of effort I put into job applying. I thought I've been working so hard, sending out a lot of job applications, but when in reality, it hasn't even come close to what I imagined during that time. So yeah, my biggest mistake is not keeping track of the amount of jobs I applied to. And number 3 is entirely relevant into the tech industry, is I did not build or keep my technologies relevant to the current industry, because the tech sector, at least with AI right now, is moving at such a high speed pace that technologies that we learned in university like last year is probably not even relevant in current business system in a way. Like the structures, the libraries that they used last year is not optimal for what businesses are using this year. So because I wasn't building, I wasn't able to put into my resume the specific technologies that align with what businesses are using, which basically shot me in the foot at job applications, which isn't good at all. So it is very important to like continuously keep on building and like working on projects, no matter how small or how big. As long as you keep working on projects and experimenting with the latest technologies and libraries, you should be performing much better than I was. So the changes that I've made recently to be able to secure my first interview is over the past 2 months. So after June, I started attending workshops and surrounding myself with people who are much more experienced and have experience in the field, so that I can actually have a gauge of my knowledge and their knowledge and the technologies that they're using. Like, I went to an AWS event and I thought I had a somewhat good grasp of AWS, but when I went there, I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, what is AWS SageMaker? What is Redshift? Like what is DuckDB? Like DuckDB, Duck database. But yeah, so being able to attend workshops, surround yourself with people who are more experienced, you get to open your mind into how much you're lacking, and it really humbles you into like, damn, I don't know so much, so I need to obtain all this knowledge. So be sure to like attend workshops and like networking events and talk to people who are in the industry, because you can ask them questions and get feedback that you cannot get anywhere else, because they have this unique knowledge and experience that you can't find anywhere else. And quote me on that. So be sure to do that. That's what I did. And I've managed to meet a lot of amazing people along the way that has been able to help me and given me advice that I'm actively improving and implementing into my life, so that I can get a job soon, and also so that I can keep learning and becoming better every day. Another thing is I've been taking more initiative into reaching out to people in the industry, whether I've met them in person or not. I've been reaching out mainly on LinkedIn, but I've been like looking at companies and trying to figure out who's who, connecting with them, sending them a message, trying to get their feedback on certain aspects of what I'm trying to do and what the current market is. I've just been like a lot of learning, a lot of reaching out, and some of them are even down for like coffee chats. So I've gone on a few of those and they've been like so valuable, and I've learned so much. So you should also do that. It's amazing what you can do by just putting yourself out there and just asking, like going out of your comfort zone and just asking. Like, a lot of people are actually ready to help you if you're willing to put in the effort to help yourself, if that makes sense. And the past 2 months, I've been building like a AI project, and I'm trying to incorporate like more latest technologies type of things, so that the project is relevant and also teaches me a few things. I've had like a lacking in skill in the front-end department. So recently I built like a personal, simple portfolio website. You can search it up on Google right now or anywhere using www.garrich, like my name, .dev. And you can see my simple portfolio website that I built with Next.js and Tailwind CSS, hosted fast API on an AI remote server that I built here. I converted it from a gaming PC that I bought from Facebook Marketplace. I swapped out some of the parts and I reconfigured it into Linux, the Ubuntu system. And now it's basically an AI remote server that I can connect to from anywhere in the world, and also do server hosting, which I'm hosting my website on. So that's quite cool. A lot of tinkering. Amazing what you can do with technology if you actually do some research. So let's talk about the interview that I had this week. So it was like out of the blue. I had a call and they were like, are you free right now for an interview? Then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm free for an interview. Then they sent me like a Google Meet, and then I joined that. And then he just basically asked me questions like, how does my projects that I've worked on relate to what the company is doing? And then after that, he showed me like some code, a few code scripts, and he told me to like look at it and then explain to me what the code is doing. And also he gave me some scenarios on how I would personally tackle those situations. And yeah, it was a pretty interesting experience for my first ever interview, and from here on out, I know what to expect somewhat in an interview. I'm going to be like preparing better for future interviews, and yeah, basically more preparation is needed because I feel like I could have done way better in those interviews and maybe like structure my thoughts way better. But I mean, it's a work in progress. I'm not perfect, but it's a good experience. Oh yeah, you're probably interested into knowing like how I managed to get this first interview. Well, it's also another thing that I learned is when the projects that you work on align with what like, the company is doing, it's actually much easier for them to like want to reach out to you because you're somewhat able to like merge and seamlessly join the company in a way because you technically understand what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish, and the tech stack that they're using. So that's one of the things that I'm giving you there. That's like very important. So take that how you will. And yeah, I'm going to be wrapping out this video. I know it's me rambling for the past like 23 minutes, but it's like a raw diary type of thing, job hunting diary. I'm just going to be keeping like most of this. I'm not trying to edit it for like retention. Just like full on talking with you guys. And if you guys have any pointers, have anything you've experienced and learned along the way, be sure to share it in the comments because I'm always open to learning more, and I'm sure other people would like appreciate the advice also because we're all job hunting right now. The next 2-3 months, I'm locking in. Gonna upload a lot about my job hunting journey, the projects I'm working on, and sharing with you guys clips of my life job hunting because I feel like this is a unique stage of my life that it's worth looking back to in a few years down the road. And I'm sure you guys can also relate to the journey and we can also grow together. I hope to learn a lot from you guys. Hopefully we can get a job soon, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you guys for staying to the end. If you guys did so, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next diary or like just the next video.